we're going to attach...
Who are we, though?
Who are we?
Hi,
I'm Dad.
And I'm Mark
Yeah,
from... What's the channel name?
North Oz.
Okay.
And we are going to put our Rhino rack fittings, kayak fittings, on top of the Prado. Or as Mark would say, the Pratow.
The Pratow. Project Pratow.
And these were previously fitted to the top of a Mitsubishi Outlander. And I purchased this about maybe 2 years ago. And when I sold the Outlander and got the Prado, I thought I'd have to sell these because it wouldn't fit the Outlander. But on checking with the Rhino rack people in Cairns, TJM I think they're called, the gentleman was very kind and gave me good service, and he said that how they make these generic now, so they fit most cars that have some kind of roof rack or roof rails on. So we did a little bit on the first one, and now we've worked it out how to do it, and now we're going to show you how very simple it is. It's very, very straightforward.
And we'll put the model for this up on the screen for them so they know what model it is.
Oh, okay.
And that is also a kayak holder.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a kayak holder. So because we have lots of kayaks that we want to take with us.
We have 2 kayaks,
Yep.
and what we're planning on doing, and what I've always done in the past, was put one kayak down this side and one kayak down that side. I've seen some people carry kayaks one on top of each other and all that, and we sort of opted to go with the one on either side because they're easier to load, and I think they're a bit more stable as well. I'm a bit worried about tying a kayak on top of a kayak and doing it.
And it's not going to be easy to get for you, is it? Because if you're towing a caravan as well, and you want to get your kayaks on and off, you can't have one stacked on top of the other.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
And they're quite heavy, they weigh a bit. So.
Yes,
all right, so we got to roll the intro,
okay,
then we'll get into installing these.
Yep.
And we'll get stuck into it.
Okay.
All right, stick around.
Let's do it. Just something to consider when you purchase your rack system. Make sure when you've got all set up and unpacked that you keep the box. That's important because in that box you'll have all your spanners, you'll have extra straps, you'll have extra bits to fill in the roof rails should you decide to change your cars. So it's something that I've had the Prado now. Well, I sold the Outlander a fair while ago, and then I bought a RAV4, and I never actually put this on top of the RAV4, but I've kept all the fittings, and that's over 12 months, and everything is here. It makes life so much easier.
All right, so our first step is going to be to loosen a nut in here, and that will make it adjustable. It should already be loosened because we took it off. So
just show them what it looks like on the inside.
Oh yeah, there's just a little nut inside there. It's going to be hard for them to see.
Yeah.
But there is a little nut in there, and you just need one of these little torque Allen key wrench things from Rhino rack. So we're just going to adjust it now, and it should actually be ready to be adjusted because we took it off the vehicle. So we shouldn't have tightened it up. Because the last one we were stuffing around with a little bit. Yeah, so this one actually already slides up and down because we loosened it up. So all we have to do really is just line it up, and we need to put the kayak holders on there. So we're ready to go to be able to move that one around and to fit it to the sport rails and to center it as well, make sure that it's not overhanging on one side. So once you've got that loosened off, the next step is going to be to put the kayak holders on, and then we'll be able to pretty much put it all on all together. So let's get those kayak holders on now. And these kayak holders just go on with these 2 little wing nut, plastic wing nuts, and it's basically like a pinch system using a bracket on the bottom, and then it basically holds that one on there like that. Now we had to move it in a little bit, yeah?
Yep.
About there?
Yeah, that's right. Just we line that up. I line that up with that.
Okay.
Not too tight.
No, because then you put the other one on.
So you line it up with that line again?
Yep.
Yeah, mine's fitted perfectly.
And we just got to pull that little plastic, the little rubber thing down, pull that down too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh wow, it's come over quite a lot actually.
They have that's an open lock and closed lock. So when you put this in like that and you turn it, it turns the lock on the inside. So I put mine like that and then lock that in. And then that can't come off.
Just while Dad's finishing up the end caps on the other side there, I just thought I'd show you guys that this little rubber bit here kind of protects the sport rail and prevents water from getting in. It likes to pinch underneath, so just make sure before you tighten everything up that rubber seal, that rubber kind of, little seal there is in fact on the outside of the unit and not all pinched up in there. Alrighty guys, so that just about wraps up our install video, and that's our first build episode of the Pratow. So everything's gone pretty well. It looks pretty tough up there. Every time we do something to the cars, it always makes them look a little bit more sporty and fit for purpose. Yep, so yeah, they were pretty easy to install. The only thing though was that we didn't have to put the we didn't have to put together the rail part of it, like the actual clamp part of it. Yes. So for those of you at home that are thinking, oh, I can just get all I have to do is just adjust it, you probably have to do a little bit more assembly than that. It's just that we pulled ours off the old Outlander. Yeah. So.
And we had it actually professionally installed on the Outlander. So when I checked with the guys from TJM, where I bought them from, they said it's a very simple task just to put these onto the Prado, and they were right. It's very, very simple.
But I mean, like with all Rhino rack stuff, it's all like all the instruction videos and that are all built for the people that actually put the stuff on. So really all you're paying for a lot of the time is just for the people to just follow the instructional videos and the instructions, which is what I found out with when I did the Pioneer platform, is they would have charged me, the people that I went to anyway, not TJM, but the people that I went to, wanted to charge me something like $600 labor when I did that myself in 2 hours with the help of my brother, of course. So, I mean, like a lot of the stuff that Rhino Rack makes, like it's all pretty like user-friendly.
Well, when I asked, when I got the first one installed onto the Outlander, it only cost me about $120. So it was quite reasonable.
That's pretty good.
It was quite reasonable, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, you don't have to worry about it. Then you just drop the car off and they just sort it out.
It's done, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So if you have two people, it's kind of handy, but sometimes, you know, just dropping it off is just easier.
Well, in this case, it's because everything is pre-assembled, it was quite straightforward.
Yeah, nice. Cool. So that's the first build episode of the Pratow. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all that stuff. It's very important, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, very important. And if you guys want to see more modifications too, so have a think about it, because our modifications to the two Prados are going to be very different. So the perfect Prado build has got, you know, a lot more camping stuff living out of the car itself. But the Pratow is more for towing and that sort of stuff. So if you guys have any suggestions on what we can add to a towing vehicle that we don't already have, maybe put them down in the comments and you know, give us some ideas, because, you know, it'd be good to know what people who do lots of caravanning and stuff, what do they have in their car? Because to me, I don't know anything about caravanning. So for me, when I have my car and I'm doing my car, everything has to be built to live out of. So I'm just a little bit, I'm not too sure about what we need to put into a towing vehicle to make it, you know, more capable or whatever it is that we need to do, because it's going to be a touring rig, which means it's not going to be going off-road. So, you know, do we need to upgrade suspension? What do you guys think? What have you done to your cars? Yeah, we're just not too sure. So give us some ideas down in the comments below, and, you know, maybe we could take that on board and do some of those for the next build episodes coming up. Alrighty guys, that concludes our video for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you next time.
The name of the build I was going to give your Prado. You ready?
Yeah.
So mine's a perfect Prado, and we have two white Prados on here, so it's going to be confusing, right? You know what I decided to name it?
Okay.
The Pratow.
Yours could be the Prado and mine will be the Prado. How's that?
No, mine's the perfect Prado. They have to have names, you see.
Well, mine's a
That's
perfect
what all
Prado.
the famous YouTubers have as
Well,
names.
mine's a perfect Prado and yours could be the Prado.
No, mine's a perfect Prado and yours the Pratow, because you're towing. You get it? P-R-A-T-O-W.
Okay.
The Pratow.
Okay.
It's a funny play on words.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll go with that.
Thanks. I thought it was great myself too. But it's the Pratow. It makes sense because you're not even building the car much. So it's like you got it.
I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, we need fresh, clean slate.